I need to sign with Nike cause I stay with a chick. Hall of Fame stunt, yeah, I'm a motherfucking vet. Hard work pays off, and I don't break a sweat. And I'm ballin' like a bitch, I think I'm Kevin Garnett. I need to sign with Nike cause I stay with a chick. Hall of Fame stunt, yeah, I'm a motherfucking vet. Hard work pays off, and I don't break a sweat. And I'm ballin' like a bitch, I think I'm Kevin Garnett.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Stunt, back with another video from the bleachers to the speakers. And on this episode, we're gonna start our new 32-team, division by division, NFL season prediction. And we're gonna start with the NFC East. You know, the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, and the Washington Commanders. So stay put. And also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more videos, because more videos will be coming from the bleachers to the speakers. And yes, trust me, I know I got the ugliest bump on my face right now. Trust me. So if you have any suggestion or any kind of solution, please let me know in the comments, bro. Because I need to get this off my face ASAP. I need to get it off my face ASAP, for real. We starting with the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, the Jerry Jones-led Dallas Cowboys. Hey, on paper, these folks look like a Super Bowl winning team. But in reality, that defense got a lot of work to do. With the new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, he coming in with high expectations on changing that defense. And we need to see it because last year they was ranked number 32 in scoring and total defense. Like, they gave up almost 6,500 yards. 511 points. Boy, you got to come in and do something, boy, because that defense needs some work. My key players this year for the Dallas Cowboys is no other than Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, who just signed the franchise tag, and Quentin Williams, who today signed a contract extension for like $105 million over 3-4 seasons. So, yeah, those are my key players for this year's team, and they got to step up, especially with the new additions on that defensive side, and Caleb Downs out of Ohio State, and Malachi Lawrence from Central Florida, the first and second round pick. Those boys got to step up this year because that defense was crazy last year, and not in a good way. And when I say in a bad way, I mean literally the worst way. Bro, that defense gave up doggone, 3,500 yards, 515 points or something like that? Bro, that defense was ranked dead last in yards allowed and points allowed. Bro, that cannot happen, especially with the way that offense be scoring, bro. Y'all got to be able to get some stops, dog. So, Brian Schottenheimer, you got your work cut out for you, bro. With the addition of Rashad Gary and Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence, like, these boys got to be able to step up for that defense, because there's no way y'all offense could score, gotta score at least 28 to 35 points for y'all to be in a game. That's ridiculous, bro. Now let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys schedule. As you can see here, I got them boys predicting 9-8. I ain't gonna lie, I like the team on paper, but until I see that defense step up for that offense, bro, they're going to always be a 500 team. And as you can see, they started the season off in New York with a dub. They go to Washington, get another dub. That's a 2-0 start. Then I got them with Baltimore Ravens. I actually got them upsetting the Ravens. I'm not too sure about the Ravens this year. I think they're going to have a decent team, but I think Dallas Cowboys will have a decent team too. And I could see them sneaking out a win, especially at home. Then they on the road coming in here in Houston, where they going to pick up that first L of the season. Then they got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. I'm going to give them a win there. Then they go up to Green Bay. Y'all already know. We own them. But Green Bay own them, but we ain't gonna get on that right now. But at this moment, I'm gonna give the Cowboys a L. Then they're going to get another L the next week against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm telling y'all how this finna play out now. So they're going to start the season on what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 1, 2, 3. They're going to start up the first 7 games 4 and 7. All right. Then I got the Arizona Cardinals and the Colts, back-to-back games. I got them winning both of those games. And then they turn around and have to play the San Francisco 49ers with an L. Now, my sleeper team of the year, and I know my boy Coop gonna love this, but I think the Tennessee Titans are gonna be pretty solid this year. But that's for another video. But I got them losing. I got the Cowboys losing to the Tennessee Titans. And then they're going to spin the block, have to play the Eagles again. They're going to get a win this time. I think they split. To be real. Then they got back-to-back road games against Seattle and the Rams, where they're going to lead that road trip with both L's. Then they're going to come back home with Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to have an L that game. They're going to have a Giants. They got the Giants the next week. They're going to have a dub that week because the Giants is going to be so bad this season. And then I got them ending the season with the Washington Commanders with a dub. Now, all that to say is, I got them boys 9-8 on the season. 9-8 on the season. I think they can do 9 wins. But again, they do got room for improvement if that defense improves. Now, this is solely off of this defense being ranked number 32. That's solely based off that defense being ranked number 2. I can't unsee it, especially with a whole bunch of rookies and a Rashad Gary that we just let go. Yeah, I could see 9-8 on the season for the Cowboys. Next, we're going with the Washington Commanders. Now, the Washington Commanders is a bit intriguing for me. Off the simple fact that last year, Jalen McDaniels got hurt, and they just dealt with a slew of injuries and a lot of things that just went wrong with the Washington Commanders after coming off a season where they just lost in the NFC Championship game. So going into the last season, they had high expectations. You know, you had Jalen McDaniels. He was in a lot of people's top 10 quarterback rankings, and now offense was thriving with Austin Eckler and Terry McLaurin and all those boys. But that season failed horribly. Like I said, Jalen McDaniels went down, but that defense didn't make it no better. Just like the Dallas Cowboys, they was like 32 in the league and yards per game allowed, 28 pass defense, 30th rush defense. Like, that defense was bad and it was young. So coming into this season, the expectations are down for them. Even though they got some good pieces that they picked up this offseason, and Rasheed White and Sonny Styles out the draft from Ohio State, and Stephon Diggs, who they got last week, that's going to finally give Jaden McDaniel and Terry McLaurin a running mate on the opposite side of him. So I'm looking at now to where that offense will be a little bit more, a little bit more explosive. They just got rid of Deebo Samuels. He back in San Fran. But so Diggs and McLaurin and White, those boys coming in, and they got that tight end, a Kongu or something like that, man. They got him coming in there. So that offense should be a little bit better this year. But we can look at their schedule, bro. We got the Philadelphia Eagles week 1. They're at Philadelphia and at Dallas, not giving them back-to-back losses. I got Seattle with another loss. They start off the season 0-3. Then they get back-to-back wins with the Colts and the Giants. And then they back on the road with San Francisco, where they lose that game. Then they're back home with the Eagles with another L, and the Rams with another L. Then they're back on the road again with the Giants, where they pick up another dub. And then they got the Bengals with an L. They on a 2-game road trip to Arizona. They pick up a dub, and then they go to my sleeper team again, the Tennessee Titans, where they pick up another L. So at this point, I got the Tennessee Titans 3-0 against the NFC East. And I'm going to stand on that because I truly believe in Cam Ward. But then they go on the road, they come back home against the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, where they pick up another L. They got the ATL Falcons. They got an L there. Then they get a dub against the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota. Then they get another L against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they end the season against the Dallas Cowboys with another L. And that makes them 5-12 on the season. Now, again, they play a tough schedule, man. The NFC East, they got some tough schedules this year, bro. And that's okay because a lot of these teams are still pretty young and up and coming. But the Washington Commanders, I got them 5-12. I really got much to say about them, bro. I think it would have been a little bit more exciting to get Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers, but settling with Stephon Diggs is technically a better choice, man. I think he could be one of the better wide receiver tools, something that Terry McLaurin just never had on the opposite side of him, and that's giving Jaden McDaniels some more weapons to operate with. So we're going to see how he come back from that ACL injury, because that took him down, and he was getting beaten, man. That offensive line was allowing him to get beat last year, bro. And I'm not too familiar with what they did on the offensive line to change that, but I like that boy they got out of Penn State, Katron Allen, or however you say his first name, but that boy gonna be pretty tough. I be like, what, they got him in the 4th, 5th round? I think he's gonna be pretty tough. And so overall, I do believe they got some pieces to sneak even more wins up. I got them 5-12, but I can easily see them going 7-10, 8-9, depending on how Jaden McDaniels come back and how good how much better that defense get. But yeah, so I got them 5-12 on the season. Moving right along with the NFC East. My next team I'm gonna go over is the New York Giants. Now, hear me out. I like Jackson Dart. I like Malik Neighbors. I even like Isaiah Likely, who they just picked up this offseason, and Jim Harbaugh. But I don't think they got it right now. Cam Scatterbull as well. I don't want to disrespect Cam, but I don't think they got it just yet. I think that defense gonna be so young with Avon Reese, they 1st round pick, and Thibodeau coming back with Brian Burns. Like they got some good players, bro. And I'm not even gonna just blatantly disrespect them boys, but if y'all see my record, y'all gonna say I'm disrespectful, right? So with that being said, I got these boys going 3-14 this season. And hear me out. Like I said, that offense is still young, that defense is young, and they got a lot of pieces to fix in that secondary. I think they went 5-12 last year, so I can see them going 3-14 this year, bro. And just going off the schedule alone, like if you go right here, week 1, you got an L to the Cowboys. Week 2, you got an L to the Rams. You playing in LA, right? Again, I say them Tennessee Titans. I think them Tennessee Titans gonna be sneaky good. They gonna get an L right here. But they're gonna bounce back with the Cardinals. Before having to go on the road to lose to Washington. Now that Saints game, it could go up, it could go either way, because both of them got 2nd-year quarterbacks, and Tyler Shuck and Jackson Dart, and then, New Orleans got a little bit They defense and everything still in questions and everything too. But I got the New York Giants winning that game. Then they go on the road, back-to-back games, play with the Texans and the Eagles. You know, that's both a loss. They got the Commanders. They gonna lose to that game too. They got the playoff, the Jacksonville Jaguars that just won 13 games. That's another loss. I could see they going to Indiana and Indianapolis and they play the Colts. That's another loss. The 49ers, that's another loss. They go to Seattle, Super Bowl winners. That's another loss. Then they get easy. Then they get a little break from that gauntlet that they got, and they go play the Browns, where they pick up their third dub on the season. But then look, they got playoff teams for the rest of the way. You got the Lions L, at the Cowboys L, and end the season with an L. So I don't think that they're a bad team. That schedule just is brutal, bro. That schedule is gonna hurt something, dog. And with Malik Neighbors still not being 100%, you got to see what Cam Scottaboo gonna look like after that injury that he sustained last year. I just don't see it right now. But I could be wrong. Hopefully I am wrong, but then again, I don't care. The New York Giants, their record gonna suggest that they're a bad team, but they not gonna be a bad team, bro. They just got a gauntlet for a schedule. So that's what I got for them boys, man. 3-14, man. So let me know what y'all think about that. What about that record in the comments as well, man. 3-14 for the New York Giants. And with the final team from the NFC East prediction show, from the bleachers to the speakers, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles will suffer a little bit this season, just off the simple fact that they lose A.J. Brown, bro, who's a premier wide receiver, top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. And we seen that offense before they got A.J. Brown. Now, I say that with a caveat because they still was a playoff team and they still was a top-ranked rush offense. But just that passing game, bro, that passing game was a whole lot different without A.J. Brown. And now that they're back without A.J. Brown, we got to see. Now, I like Makai Lemon, who they brought in from the draft from out of Southern Cal. And, of course, I love Dontavian Wicks. I think that Dontavian Wicks addition is very underrated. I think with him coming in, actually getting a full-time role, unlike he was in Green Bay, where, again, we was rotating receivers in and out. He was never really able to just get in a rhythm. I think him solidifying his role as that number 2 or 3 option for that passing game is going to be big for him. I think he got the talent to be an elite route runner and an elite separation creator. So I think he's going to be pretty good. Jalen Hurts got to find a way to get him the ball and be consistent with throwing that football. But everybody know that offense is built around Saquon Barkley and what he can do. He has to get back to that 2,700 yards total offense or something like that. But he got to get back to that mode. And Jalen Hurts got to be able to ride his coattails and make plays when he need to. A lot of people don't rank Jalen Hurts in their top 10 quarterbacks. I can't say I disagree with them, but I can't fully say I agree with that. Up to the fact, man, sometimes you get some good play out of Jalen Hurts. Sometimes you get some plays like, bro, what are you doing, bro? But like I said, man, with Barkley coming back, that offensive line is back healthy. Like unlike they was last year, they were pretty banged up last year. And Jalen Carter just getting that contract extension. Quinyon Mitchell, I mentioned him in a few videos ago, man. I think he's a top 5 cornerback in the NFL this season. But the true X factor for this season is did Scribe at a little bit for a good little bit his rookie season, having like over 800 yards. But now I gotta see what he's gonna be like as that wide receiver 1 next to Lemons and Wicks and Dallas Goedert, who's also returning. But as you can see, their schedule ain't so easy. Like I said, the NFC East schedule is tough this season, man. This is a tough schedule for anybody, bro. But I got the Philadelphia Eagles beating Commanders week 1. Then they're on a 4-game road trip where they beat the Tennessee Titans. Yes, the first team in the division to beat the Tennessee Titans will be the only team to beat the Tennessee Titans this year will be the Philadelphia Eagles. But then I got them on the road again with another L to the Chicago Bears. Then they head to LA to play the Rams, where they pick up another L. And I got a sneaky L against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars got something to prove this season. They was 13-3 and nobody's talking about them. So I guess I feel like they're gonna come into this season with a chip on their shoulder. But things get better in Philly, right? The things get better in Philly. They're back at home against the Carolina Panthers. They get a dub there. They're back at home with the Cowboys. They get a dub there. They're on the road against the Washington Commanders. They get a dub there. The Giants, the next week at home, they get a dub there. The Steelers, they come into town, they get a dub there. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dubs in a row. That's going to make up for that slow start they had at the beginning of the season trying to figure everything out. And then they go back to Dallas, where I do believe that they split. I do believe that the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles will split this year, and the game in Dallas, the Eagles will drop. And now they're back on the road again against the Arizona Cardinals, who I believe is going to be the worst team in the NFL this season. And they're going to get a dub there. And you got the Colts coming into town. They get a dub there. They got the Seattle Seahawks. I believe the Eagles take care of them at home. Like I said, the Eagles are a damn good team, man. And that's going to be a test for them, considering they just won a Super Bowl. But I believe the Eagles prevail. By time that game come around, the Eagles should be rolling, getting everything going for that playoff push at the end of the season. And then they drop back-to-back games against the Houston Texans, and then they lose to the 49ers in San Fran. And then they end the season with a dub against the Giants. So I got the Philadelphia Eagles going 11-6 on the season. Again, yes. Depending on how fast it takes that offense to get clicking and get acclimated, I can see them beating the Chicago Bears week 3. I can also see them beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. But again, that's if they start the season off right and they start the season off clicking how I think they will be towards the end. And there you have it. That was my NFC East prediction for the 2026 season. Yes, I got the Eagles winning division by 2 games. But if you disagree, make sure you leave it in the comments. And also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps push the channel out. Help your boy out, man. I'm just a content creator trying to do something positive for the hood. But again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Stunt, from the bleachers to the speakers, and I'm gone.
I need to sign with Nike cause I stay with a chick. Hall of Fame stunt, yeah, I'm a motherfucking vet. Hard work pays